not comply. You're listening to the sound of freedom. It's the Charlie Kirk Show.
Welcome back to the Charlie Kirk Show. I want to tell you about a really excellent friend of this show. I think we know. It's Refy, based right here in the Phoenix area. Private student loan debt in the U.S. totals about $300 billion, and about $45 billion of that is labeled as distressed. Refy refinances those distressed or defaulted student loans that others won't touch. They can provide you with a custom loan payment based on your ability to pay. They are not a debt settlement company, and they work with each borrower individually, tailoring each loan to each borrower's specific situation. You will not be calling a faceless call center. I know, I've been to where they take the calls. It is not a faceless call center. Refy can reduce your monthly payment, and it guarantees interest rates under 6%, ensuring affordability and financial relief. Can you imagine being debt-free and not living under this burden anymore? The first step is contacting Refy. Refy offers a 3-minute rate check without any credit impact, and bad credit is accepted. If you have a co-borrower, Refy can get them released from the loan, and you can give mom and dad a break. Just call 888-YREFI-34 or log into yrefy.com. That's YREFY.com. May not be available in all states. Welcome back to the Ask Us Anything hour of the Charlie Kirk Show. Let's just get right into our next caller. We have Stephanie. Stephanie, unmute yourself, and what's your question?
Hi, thank you for everything that you guys are doing. Prayers are with everybody, Andrew, Erica, and the kids. My question was in reference to the Jay Jones situation. I obviously saw all the news about the tech scandal because my algorithm allowed it. What do you think the possibility is that most Democratic voters weren't even aware of the tech scandal?
I saw a poll on X that said that 83%, they think around 80 to 85, came around 83% of all voters were aware of the text.
Yeah, I think the truth is, I think a similar poll. It might have been the same one, but the truth is when you ask them, it's that I think only about 45% of people overall said that they thought the texts were disqualifying for him. Presumably, most of them are just Republican voters anyway.
To the local Democrat Party, 47% of them think that threatening to kill your opponent's children is not disqualifying.
Yeah, so a lot some said it was concerning but not disqualifying. Some said it had no impact at all, and like a few were unaware of it. But you know, if you're bothering to turn out, these are lower turnout races. It's off year entirely, so lower turnout. There's also just more focus on them because no one's distracted by the presidency or the Senate or all of those. We managed to make a state AG race a national thing. A lot of people did hear about it, but the truth is we have highly polarized politics, and a lot of people have taken away the lesson of the last few years that the way you get through any scandal, no matter how bad, is you apologize for nothing and you just move straight ahead. We're not even a decade removed from the governor of Virginia was caught wearing blackface in his in the school yearbook, and he just obviously lied and said it wasn't me. And then I think he backtracked to I can't really remember. But the point is, he didn't resign, didn't give in, just played out his whole term, and in the end, they couldn't remove him. And I think that's what Democrats realized they could do here. That there was no point in being ashamed of it. There was no advantage to being ashamed of it. So just knuckle under, move ahead, and say Republicans are worse. It doesn't matter if we have an AG who, really, people are emphasizing the text, but it's so many other things. He drove, what was it, like 100, 120 or something?
Yeah, they got out of community service.
Really bad speeding, and then he got out of the community service in a scam way. That's actually shadier than this. Like you have to have.
He tried to kick a dog the morning of election day too.
I'm not a believer in Doggate, to be honest. That was it was funny.
I would also just add to this that we need to also be asking how many Republicans knew about these text messages, because what he was saying is super dangerous, which is only when people feel pain personally do they act on policy. So Republicans, this needs to be a warning to us that the left is not only moving towards further radicalization, but they're also going to use their political power for you to act on policy by you feeling pain. And so Democrats, a lot of them knew about this and still voted for him anyways. But how many Republicans know about this story? And the answer is not that many. And we need to blast it out to everyone, especially going into the midterms, that we cannot allow candidates like this to get elected. But also, this should be a warning sign to the trajectory of where the left is headed.
I guess I guess a small naive part of me was really hoping that people wouldn't really still vote for someone if they were aware.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, that's what
we're in a
thought.
different country now, and people will vote for a lot of very dark things, and people should be aware of that because now we have an AG in Virginia who wants your children to die. That is the reality we are in.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question, Stephanie. Let's go. David is our next caller. Unmute yourself, David, and what's your question?
My question kind of piggybacks off that. We're in the communist California, and we got shellacked. Pretty much, we got shellacked. So how do we educate our base so that we're because you just talked about that we're in an off year, but we're not really in an off year because it just keeps on going. And President Trump has only been in office for 8 months or 10 months, and we took a shellacking on Tuesday. So my question is, how do we? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Mikey, you wanna take
Charlie
the
used to
lead?
always say complacency is a cancer, and so I feel like a lot of Republicans have a tendency to just kind of sit back and get comfortable, especially after a victory. But we also have this obsession with infighting right now, and I said this last week, but when you're infighting all the time, you're showing to the world you have no more enemies to conquer, so you must fight each other. And so I know people who gave a ton of money to Prop 50 in California, and they felt as though it was a waste. I feel like California is going to rig it no matter what, but when are Republicans going to start working together, not be complacent, not sit back and get comfortable, but to just work hard time after time, show up to the polling places, show up to vote and actually take action, not just be comfortable.
Yeah.
What do you think,
Let's
Blake?
continue through the break. I want to really dive into this. I think it's a rich vein.